Hey guys, welcome to the next lecture on Scala tutorial for beginners. In this video, we will see how to use currying in Scala. So first of all, what is currying? So currying is the technique or the process of transforming a function that takes multiple argument into a function that takes single argument. This is the simple definition of currying. Okay, and currying is applied widely in multiple functional languages like Scala. Okay, so let me give you an example. So I have a function here which is this add function which take two arguments. Okay, and what it does, it just adds these two arguments and gives us the result. And here I'm just calling this add function with two arguments inside a print line function, so it returns me the addition of these two numbers, which is 30, right? Now let's say I want to transform this into a curried function, so I can just define add to function, let's say. And what currying says, what we want to do here is we want to transform this function which takes two argument or any number of argument into a function which takes a single argument. So how we can do this? So first of all, let's just define argument list here which takes only one argument in our case, so just x, and it's of type int, let's say. And then what we are going to do is we are going to return a second function as a value of this function add2, right? So we are going to return a second function, and this second function also takes an argument which is y, and then the argument type is int once again, and this function returns the addition of the two numbers which is x and y. So we can just write x plus y. Okay, and by doing this, what we have done is we have curried this add function. So we have transformed the function which takes two argument into a function which takes one argument, and then returns a function of one parameter which itself returns the results. Okay, so now how we can use this curried function? So I'm going to just write print ln, and this time I'm going to write add2, and then we just use this like a normal function but with two parentheses. So in first parenthesis we give the first argument which is this argument, and in the second bracket or parenthesis we are going to give the second argument which is taken by this function inside the add2 function. So let's say I'm going to just pass 10 here, and now the error is gone, and now we can just run this code, and it's going to give us 30, result 30. Okay, so this is how you use the curried function. So in first bracket the first argument, and in the second bracket the second argument or the multiple number of argument which we want to pass here. Now the interesting thing about currying is that we can apply the partial application on the curried function. So how can we do that? So let's say I'm going to declare a variable, and I'm going to name it as sum 40, let's say, with no space here. And then what we are going to do is equal to, we will just call a add2 function, and then we will just give add 40 here. So add2 as a function, and then we will pass one parameter which is 40. Okay, and we have declared this variable, and then we can call this sum 40 variable. So I'm going to just print ln once again, and now I'm going to just call this sum 40 function, and then I can pass one more argument to this sum 40 function. Let's say I'm going to just pass 100 here, which is going to add 100 to 40, and then we will get the 140 result. So I'm going to just run the code, and you can see we are getting 140 as a result, right? So here what we have done is we have defined a function with a single argument, which is 40. So this is passed as the first argument here. Let's say it's the value of x, and then the next time whenever we pass 100 to this sum40 function, then this 100 will be passed to the second argument or as a second parameter. So this will give us the sum of 40 and whatever number we pass here. So let's say we pass 50 here, then it's going to give us the result 90. Now this was the function which we have transformed into a curried function, but by default Scala also provides us the simpler text or simpler signature for our curried function, and that we can do by using this kind of signature. So we are going to just use the function add 3, let's say, and then we will just pass the first argument x and then int the type of it, and once again in the bracket we can pass the second argument, which is y, and then its type, and then we will just simply return the sum of these two values, which is x plus y. Okay, and this is somewhat simpler text for the curried function. And how we can call it, we can just call it, for example, print ln, and then this time add 3, and then as we have done earlier, let's say 100, and then the second argument in the second bracket 200, and this is how we can use this simpler text for the curried function. And once we run it, the result is 300 here. Okay, this is how also we can use this curried function. Now there's one more way of using this curried function, and that is by using the partial application. So let's say I'm going to define a variable once again, and I'm going to name it as sum50 this time, and then I'm going to just write equals add 3, and then I'm going to just pass let's say 50 here. Okay, and you can see it still gives us the error, and the error is the missing argument list. So earlier we have used this syntax for the curried function, and this was totally valid. But when we use the second syntax, which is this one, which is provided by Scala for us, Scala want us to provide all the argument, which is argument 1, which is x, and argument 2, which is y. Okay, and if we want to do the partial application, we want to use this underscore here, which completes this function. So this is basically saying that here we want to pass any other argument which we are going to pass later. Okay, and then what we will do is we are going to print ln, and then we are going to just call sum50 here, and we want to add something to 50, for example. So we will just pass, for example, 400 here, let's say, as a second argument, and I'm going to run the program, and now we will get the result 450, right? So this 400 will be added to this, which is 50. So this is how you can do the partial application on the curried function using the second signature, which is this one. So this is how we can use currying in Scala. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and bye for now.